If you can't tell, I did some damage at the Sephora sale, but that's all right. Hello, and welcome back to the podcast. I am so happy that you decided to click on and listen in. If you are new, an extra special welcome to you. Wherever you found me, I think that it was meant to be, and I'm here to help you become the best version of yourself. And if you're returning, as always, hugs and kisses. I'm so proud of you for waking up today, for drinking your water, for maybe going on a walk and, doing homework or going to work. I am so proud of you. You are doing amazing. Be sure to follow this podcast wherever you listen to it, and be sure to follow me on Instagram. And I think by this time I will have a brand new Instagram account. I'll have the Leveling Up with Lana podcast account and then just a Leveling Up with Lana account. So then I can post more like personal things on that account. Just to keep like the podcast and the personal things like slightly separate. So be sure to follow me on that. Everything will be linked in the link tree down below. And yeah, so let's get into a high and a low. So a high is right now, the weather is amazing. I'm planning to go on a walk after I do some homework and after this podcast, just because the weather is immaculate and I need to do my hot girl walk. I did not have time to do it before church today. And then a low is that, honestly, I have no lows right now. I'm just very content. I have my little decaf latte. It's so good. And I'm just ready to talk about how to get your dream summer body, how to recomposition your body, and what does it take to go from like not great to like amazing, because I'm really into body recomposition and not weight loss. And so what body recomposition is we are not necessarily losing weight, but we're building muscle while decreasing our body fat, because that's what changed my life. Once I got it through my head that's how it needs to go, and not those crazy 1200 calorie diets you see online. That was a dark time in my life, and we'll get into that. And finally, a shout out. So I'm actually going to pick up my phone and pick someone from the Spotify comments. Okay, so from 2 weeks ago episode 135, Chloe Travis said, "For real, love this and need to implement this." I'm so happy that the episode was helpful to you, Chloe. And yeah, privacy is power. Be sure to listen to that episode because it's a very powerful one if you're the type of person that tends to overshare. All right, so I have gotten countless of DMs from the girls to ask healthy weight loss or body transformation tips. And so this episode is for you if you want to get your dream summer body, but not in a toxic crash diet, calorie counting, excessive exercise way, because I've done that. I've been there. It was not sustainable. And that was just, again, a bad time in my life. So we are doing it the smart way, and I'm going to talk about it ordered by importance. So how do we get to the dream summer body, whatever that means for you? Mindset, nutrition, then exercise. That is an order of importance. Your mindset needs to be number one, because without your mindset, nothing's going to work. Your nutrition needs to be number two, because if your nutrition is off, but you're exercising a lot, what's the point? And then exercise is last, because ultimately what I've seen in my life is exercise is the least important when it comes to building what I want to look like. It helps. It is important, but it's not as important as the mindset and the nutrition piece, which we're going to talk about all three. Now, of course, before we get into it, the knots, I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a personal trainer. I'm not a psychologist. I'm just a girl that went through 2 different eating disorders. And then I went through like the gym bro bulking phase. And then I went through like the only Pilates phase. I have been heavier than I am now. I've been way lighter than I am now. And I'm now maintaining my best body in a very sustainable way, where it's like, it does not even feel restrictive. It doesn't feel hard. I don't think about it too hard, because I found a way to make sure that my workouts, everything I'm eating fits into my lifestyle. So I'm not thinking about it. I just apply a strategy. I don't make a plan. I do a strategy. So then when I go out with my friends, when last night I was eating pizza with friends. I don't eat pizza every single day. And I wasn't stressed about it, because I knew that overall my strategy is very healthy. I can include fun foods like that and not overthink it. But yeah, let me show you the receipts. This was me in 2023 doing the gym girl influencer era. Like, I was going on random diets. I was counting my calories. I was working out every single day. I was lifting and running a lot, because I thought running would burn more calories, when really it would just increase my hunger hormones. And this is me now. I don't do any excessive workouts. And currently I'm actually injured, so I've not been able to do any HIIT or running for like 6 months. No fancy gym memberships. I work out 3 days a week only. I don't get up at 5 a.m. to squeeze in a workout because I think that's dumb. And so yeah, I don't count calories. I will eat pizza, I will eat salads, I will eat whatever based on how I feel and what I need. So you might be asking, this sounds way too good to be true. And honestly, looking back, like if you talked to like a year or two ago me, I would be like, she's lying. I'm not lying because I am telling you everything I know now. 2023 me did not know everything I know now. And I'm going to reveal everything that I have learned over the past year or two and, talk about it in this podcast episode just in time for summer. Segment number 1, mindset, okay? The body follows the mind always. If you are not fully ready to transform your body, then don't do it. Like, you need to put in effort. And I think the number 1 effort is healing any mental blocks that are in your way. If you struggle with your relationship with food, you cannot recomposition your body in a sustainable way because you're going to be all freakish about it. If you are very not confident in yourself and you think losing the weight or recompositioning your body is going to fix it, you need to fix your confidence first, because it starts with what you believe what you believe is possible for yourself. It doesn't start with, once I get the results, that I will be happy. Because I am going to be very honest, even though I have the dream body, it's not like love myself more or I'm happier. It just is. Like, I'm proud of myself that I got to this state where I can maintain a really good body with like zero effort, really. But like, it took a really long time. And so for me, it took over a year and a half to fix my mindset. It's not a quick fix. If you're able to do it before summer, that's amazing. But it took years for me to figure out, like, I need to have a good mindset coming into this. I need to have a good relationship with food going into this. And so that's really important. You also need to stop starting it from a place of shame or insecurity. You are not fixing yourself, you are refining yourself. Like, literally, your body is amazing. Whether you are overweight or underweight or wherever you are on the spectrum, like, your body works for you. You're breathing. You're able to jump. You're able to run. And when you approach fixing your body, fixing in such a negative light, it's not going to be sustainable, because self-hatred is going to just cause you to self-sabotage things. So if you're not perfect, you're going to like quit. Rather than, I love myself, so yeah, I'm going to go for the walks. Yeah, I'm going to make sure I'm eating good, high quality, and enough food so that the body recomposition can happen. I remember I would take a lot of photos of myself, especially during my eating disorder days. And I would take like photos of myself and be like, look at how bad I look. Like, look at this on my stomach. Look at this on my legs. Why are you doing that? Like, there's a big difference between having a before and after photo and also like obsessively taking photos of myself and then like shaming myself. Like, I would look at the bad photos of myself when I was like wanting to eat something. Like, that's not healthy. And so you need to really focus on positive self-talk throughout this whole journey. Like, if you want to genuinely get the dream summer body, positive self-talk, good vibes, only speak life to yourself. I need none of the, oh, look how fat and ugly I am. No. Like, we're not talking to ourselves like that. You would never say that to a friend. So why are you saying that to yourself? And yes, it's a lot harder because I'm a big negative self-talker, but you need to constantly battle with that in your mind. And once you get this locked down, you're good. Because when you understand how to respect yourself and how to love yourself, it's going to be such a sustainable journey that you can keep for the rest of your life. Consistency over motivation. This is another mindset thing that you really need to drill into your head. You're not going to wake up every single day wanting to go drink your water, eat a healthy breakfast, and take a walk. Some days I'm like more gentle on myself. Maybe I'll let myself skip a workout here and there because I'm exhausted, whatever. But like, you need to make sure that 99% of the time you are being consistent, and you just need a habit, okay? Motivation is not just gonna like constantly come to you every single day. Like, I did not build my dream body by being motivated 24/7. It really helped that I optimized my workouts and I don't have to work out every day, etc., etc. But like, I still sometimes didn't want to work out and I did it anyway. Because for me, It's a habit, it's a routine. I put it in my calendar, like doing the workouts, making sure that I'm eating healthy and high protein, like making sure I'm drinking enough water. That's a habit. And I'm not motivated every day to do it, but I do it anyway because I feel good and I look good doing it. Another thing with your mindset, no all or nothing mentality. Absolutely none. And I'm saying this because I used to have the worst all or nothing mentality. If I ate one cookie, I would need to eat the whole sleeve. I used to binge eat, by the way. If I skipped one workout, I would just skip the rest of the workouts. I don't have time for a whole 1 hour walk. Might as well not walk anyway. Really? Like, think about if I spill this cup of coffee, just like a drop. Does that mean I need to spill the rest of it? No. And the same thing needs to go for your workout, your exercise, etc. If you skip one workout and the world doesn't explode, I have skipped workouts before in my past and yet I still look good because nothing happens, okay? Like doing it once, nothing happens. If you eat a cookie, okay, and like yesterday I ate brownies and pizza. It's not like I eat that every day. It doesn't mean I need to overeat them. It doesn't need to mean I need to like restrict or punish myself today. I just ate food. Like, it's not that big of a deal. And trust me, last year I was so different. Last year I would like constantly harass myself for doing one little mistake. And then I would self-sabotage by like not working out completely, not eating healthy the rest of the day. That's not how it goes. You can have a treat. You can skip a workout once in a while. It's not that big of a deal. It's called sustainability. It's not called extremism. And finally, the last mindset piece that I'm going to beg you to understand. And every girl that DM'd me, I literally copied and pasted this. And I remember even telling my friends, like my in-person friends, about this too, when they come to me for advice on changing their bodies and like becoming better. Whatever you will do to get your summer body is something you are going to need to be able to do for the rest of your life. Okay, I'm going to repeat that. Whatever you do to get your dream body is something you need to be able to do for the rest of your life. If you are counting calories or restricting carbs or sugar, you might get the body, but it's not going to stick around for very long because, 4th of July, there's s'mores, there's pizza, you restricted yourself, you're going to overeat on it. There goes your summer body because you restricted yourself. After I told you, which we're going to get into nutrition, you do not restrict yourself like that. Or if you have to wake up at like 4 or 5 a.m. to work out 6 days a week, that is not sustainable. What happens if one day you don't feel too good? You're on your period, you're sick. What happens if one day you're on vacation, right, with your family? You might not be able to have the energy or the time to work out. But if you have to work out 6 days a week to get your summer body, if you have to restrict food groups to get your summer body, it's not going to stick around. Take it from me that used to restrict like crazy and ended up with a binge eating disorder because I restricted like crazy. Wasn't fun to be out of control like that. So you need to, whatever changes you do, if you decide to start walking every day, like walk a normal amount. Nobody has 5 hours to walk. I know some girls out there online are like, get like 20K steps. I'm sorry, I have school and work. I don't have time for that. Or working out 6 days a week. Don't have time for it. So whatever changes I did are like, I've kept them for almost a year now. Because they're changes that I can stick to for the rest of my life. I don't feel restricted. I don't feel deprived. And it's achievable considering the fact that I'm in school, I have a startup, I work part-time, yada, yada, yada. Get what I'm saying? And that's really, like, this mindset piece will change your life. If whatever changes you do, you can stick to, and they're balanced and they're sustainable. You are incorporating working out 3-4 times a week. You are just walking like 8-10K steps. You are eating a balanced diet, which we're going to talk about. You can stick to that for the rest of your life. You can stick to that when you're on vacation because it's a strategy. It's not a plan. It's not a counting calorie. It's not a calculator. We are doing strategies because strategies are flexible depending on what's going on in your life. Okay, segment 2. I felt like I need to drink a cup of coffee. I get very intense and very passionate because I really struggled with this like a year ago. And so I'm just speaking to my past self right now. Segment 2. Nutrition without obsession. Okay? I already mentioned that I've had problems with food in the past. We're not going to go back into that. But what I need to drill into your mind, if you want to look good in a bikini? Good. We're talking Victoria's Secret. We're talking me. I don't know if you consider my body good or not. I do, so whatever. We're not starving ourselves. We are fueling ourselves. If I see one more girl eat 1,200 calories a day, I will literally smack your face, okay? Number one, your hormones are going to be shot. That's not enough food. Number two, you're going to lose weight so rapidly, you're going to lose more muscle than fat. So then all you're doing is destroying your metabolism. I'm very, very against starving, skipping meals, etc., cutting out food groups. Why? It is not sustainable, and you will end up overeating because your body says, hello, where's the rest of my food? And it's also not going to give you the look you want. So I'm very against counting calories. It doesn't work. It screws with your relationship with food. I lost the weight that I had because I used to be 20 pounds heavier than I am now by literally fixing my relationship with food, listening to my body so I eat when I'm hungry. In every single meal, it needs to have 3 out of the 4 macronutrients: protein, carbs, fat, fiber. Ideally 4, but obviously life happens. I'm eating pizza with friends. That's really only protein, carbs, and fat, 0 fiber. That's okay. But like ideally we want all of the macronutrients. If you can't get all, at least 3. And literally, I don't think people understand this. Every meal can genuinely be balanced. Even pizza. Think about pizza. Bread is your carbs. Cheese is your fat. And a small amount of protein. And then like the sausage or the pepperoni is the protein. That's balanced. To make it even more balanced, if you have the option, some veggies on the side, a little salad on the side, that's it. That's a balanced meal. And that is why for me, I like start to quake when people are like, oh, pasta's like unhealthy. Really? Or can you make a pasta, sneak some veggies in there, put a little bit of cheese for your fat or olive oil or whatever, and then put a little chicken for your protein. Full balanced meal. You know, that's sustainable. I'm not restricting myself. That is fueling yourself with the major macronutrients you need to stay full and to keep your blood, like your glucose levels in your body, stable. I'm also very big into the 80-20 rule. So 80% of the food I eat is healthy, whole foods. It is the vegetables, it's the fruit, it's the oatmeal, it's the nuts. It's like an avocado toast, whatever. And then 20% are the fun things. It's the brownies and pizza with friends. It's the Diet Coke once in a while. It's called balance and not restriction, because I can continue living this way for the rest of my life. I can go out to eat and not worry about the calories or what I'm going to order. I don't even let myself look at menus before I go out to eat anymore. I don't really let myself look at nutrition labels too often because I know that's going to warp my mind. So with the 80% though, so let's pretend that you're like, okay, these are like all great tips, but like I need to lose some fat. Here's what I'm going to do. With the 80% of food, you need to find healthy alternatives to your favorite foods. We want to make this sustainable and we want to make this enjoyable. So if you eat a cookie, normal cookie once in a while, that's fine. It's kind of overkill to find a healthy alternative for every single thing you put in your mouth. But if you want to eat a cookie every day, that's where you can find that healthy alternative, right? There are so many healthy alternatives out there, and that ensure that you are feeling your best, but also getting closer to your goals, okay? So really, it's picking and choosing what you want. What is worth it to be in that 20%? For me, dark chocolate, a good brownie, cheesy pasta that's not even with vegetables or, protein, that's worth it to me. But then the 80%, like what's not that worth it to me? I'm not a big ice cream person. So like if I eat an ice cream once in a while, that's fine. But like I'm not going to use up my 20% for that. And I'm not counting. I'm just like saying like I'm picking and choosing what is worth it to me to have like a balanced overall 80-20 day. And with like eating out, for example, right? 80-20. So if I want to order the burger, okay, great. But to make sure that I'm including some balance, some vegetables on the side, a side salad, right? Or, for me, if I am wanting to have dessert with my friends, then I'll probably not get like a mocktail or like a really sugary drink at dinner. Because it's called picking and choosing what's in your 20%. You can have anything, but you can't have everything. Pick and choose what you want, what's worth it to you, because it's called picking what you really like and then eating healthy that are there 80% of the time. With a social life, okay, I got these results by going out to eat with friends. Because I use the strategy. Again, 80-20, make sure I hit the major macronutrients. Okay, protein, fat, fiber, carbs. Okay, it's pretty easy to hit fat when you're eating out, to be honest, but whatevs. The rest of the time though, like the only time I go out to eat is when I am with friends. The only time when I go to a coffee shop really or a cafe is when I'm with friends. I make it a social activity. If you eat out a lot, it's going to make it harder to reach your goals because generally restaurants or cafes add a lot of stuff like extra to the food that you're eating. And so it's generally higher calorie content. It's not a bad thing. That's not something to be scared about. It's a fact. And so when I eat out with friends. If I am at home, I'll eat at home and I'll always pack food out if I'm not going out with friends. So I'll eat out with friends like once or twice a week and that's it. The rest of the times I'm packing food from home. I'm making sure I'm having healthy whole foods. Like that's the strategy. And this strategy works. Let me tell you, it works. I'm also very big along the lines of food is letting go of really dumb food rules. If you have any food rules like I need to have a sweet treat, I can't have ice cream, I can't have carbs, this is going to make you psychologically eat more because I used to be like crazy around sugar. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to have a treat every single day. It's because you restrict the treats. That's why you're constantly overeating them. Just saying, like, you need to let go of really dumb food rules like that because the food rules are ultimately hurting your relationship with food and holding you back. And finally, so I gave a lot of tips, okay? Major macronutrients, 80-20. You know, if you go out to eat, like pick and choose what is worth it to you. Let go of dumb food rules. Finally, let's say you genuinely need to lose weight and you're eating healthy, you're eating balanced. And you're like, oh, what's wrong with me? Do I need to like start running more or something? No, because honestly, it's like not very, I'm all about optimization. That's not very like effective, okay? Which we'll get into exercise in like a second. Let me tell you a big secret. It's not keto. It's not calorie counting. It's literally portion control. Like I'm against restricting, but also be reasonable with your portions. Because me a year ago ate ginormous portions for like whatever reason. I think in my mind, I was trying to prove everyone that like I didn't have any problems with food. I stuffed myself to the point where I didn't feel comfortable. Like that was not intuitive eating. That was not listening to my body. And so really I started to mindfully eat and I started noticing, oh, I don't want to finish this whole plate. I'm very full. And that's okay to not finish the plate. Like nothing's going to happen if you leave a couple of bites on the plate. Obviously it would have been better if you like took a little less, ate it all, and then like felt if you wanted to get more because like food wasting is kind of like bad, but still you can leave food on the plate because you're not a garbage disposal. And so really just be mindful of your portions. And what helps with this is eating mindfully and like genuinely listening to your body. I like to be about 80-90% full, not 100% full, not to the point where I feel like I need to go to sleep because there's this thing called the hunger fullness scale. I'll put it on the screen. It's very helpful to like start to feel what your body needs because you do not need to stuff yourself after every meal. And something that really helped with portion control is actually eating a breakfast. Boy, oh boy. I struggled last year, right? Didn't look great. I always overate at dinner and I always wondered why. I would like have like a snack attack. I like kept eating. And then I realized it's because I literally eat like nothing for breakfast. Like a coffee it's not a meal. A piece of fruit, not a meal. It's not breakfast, babe. Okay? And eating a good breakfast with a minimum of 20 to 30 grams of protein, that changed my life, okay? It helped to manage cravings. It helped with portion control throughout the day. And especially if you work out, any workout, a walk, a lift, Pilates, you need to eat after the workout. Because what's going to happen is your like energy, like your body is going to go like the amount of energy in your body is going to like go really down until like lunch when you eat again. But your body's like, where was like the 400 calories I was waiting for in the morning? So good, high protein, high fiber breakfast. Again, protein, fat, carbs, fiber. It's going to help your digestion. It's going to make you less hungry later on. It's going to help you stay fueled throughout the day. It's going to help you focus at school or work. When I stopped not eating just a piece of fruit and I actually started eating like my high protein oatmeal or pancake bowl, which takes literally 3 minutes to make. I'll definitely post a recipe in one of the Instagrams linked. It changed my life. It's the perfect amount to keep me full throughout the morning. I eat this breakfast really whether I'm hungry or not. I'm very into like listening to my body, but breakfast is the one meal that I'm like, I don't care if I'm hungry or not. I'm gonna eat it. And I do this because I know myself and I know that if I do not get that protein and like calories in the morning, I'm going to be overeating later in the day. And so this is very important to like learn, like, yes, listen to your body, but also figure out what works for you. And what works for me is having that high protein, good breakfast, like substantial, because then it keeps me full and focused throughout the day. And also along those lines, pack snacks. I think a lot of people demonize snacking, but I snacked more as I was losing weight and it helped. Because here's why. If I get really hungry in between meals, or if anyone gets, they're more likely to overeat. Like if you eat lunch at 12 and dinner at like 8, that's an 8-hour window. Like you're gonna get hungry in between those. And if you don't let yourself eat a snack, you're probably gonna overeat at dinner. And so for me, spreading my food throughout the day helped a lot to make sure I was like mindful of my portions and also felt good and I didn't feel overstuffed and out of control every time it came to a meal because I actually fed myself throughout the day. And so I always pack snacks such as chomplings. They're like these like little beef sticks, almonds, Brazil nuts, dark chocolate, or easy fruit like apple or banana. Okay. Having snacks throughout the day helps to make sure that you are not getting overly hungry and getting into that like very hangry, like you're not able to rationally make a good decision for your body. And finally, for like, I guess the whole nutrition part, hydration. Okay. Drink your water, make it fun for yourself, pack a cute water bottle, teas, fun, healthy sodas like Poppy or Olipop. It makes drinking water so much easier. Okay. Finally, we're getting into the final segment, working out. You do not need to be a gym rat to look hot. And you also don't need to work out 5-6 days a week. Yeah, there was a time in my life where I did that and obviously it didn't work. So that's why I'm talking about it. I do not have time to hit the gym every day, and you probably don't either. Okay, I'm a busy girl. You're a busy girl. We're all busy around here. So I want you to train with intention. Go listen to episode 132, which talks about what workouts you should be doing to get that lean toned look you're looking for. Don't just do random workouts on YouTube. Please, for the love of God, do not do those Chloe Ting workouts thinking they're going to get you abs. They're not. Abs is a combination of having a good muscle mass, like underneath your stomach, and a low body fat percentage, babe. Not a Chloe Ting workout. Your workout routine needs to have a strategy based on your body. For example, for me, I am a mesomorph. Again, if you're confused, go listen to episode 132. I pack on muscle very quickly. Hence, I only lift once a week, and then I do Pilates twice a week. I only work out 3 days a week because for me, that's what works. And I actually only really recommend people to work out 3 to 4 days a week because for women, we need rest. Working out every day, overkill. I'm very into full body, full balanced workouts to feel my best. And it kind of sounds crazy to only work out 3 days a week and look great, but trust me, it works. And I think it's really important for you to listen to the episode, get a strategy, figure out how many times a week do I lift? 1 or 2 times a week. Okay, how many times a week do I need to do Pilates? I personally listen and pay for this girl called Alexia Degramont's like workout. I've gone through some of her programs. She is super knowledgeable on like body recomposition and like understanding the female body. And I only do her workouts because her workouts are effective, they're optimized, and I don't have to work out every day because of her. So huge fan of her, definitely recommend. And so other than working out 3 days a week, daily movement is very important. Walking, stretching, dancing in your room, it all counts. I'm a huge fan of walking. Hit your 10K steps, which I do not I have a normal watch, okay? I hate those fitness trackers. Hate them because they make me obsessive, okay? 10K steps is like under 2 hours of walking. It's like 1 hour and 40 minutes in total. A little walk in the morning, a little walk at lunch, a little walk at dinner, and bam, 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 you're at 10K steps. It's really easy. You can walk to the cafe instead of driving, walk while doom scrolling, walk while talking to your friend. It's such a good way to get toned, to look good. And like, yes, you burn calories, but you might be like, wait, why aren't you telling me to run? Running burns more calories. Okay, yeah, running does burn more calories, but it also increases your hunger hormones, so you're probably going to eat the calories you burn back. Walking doesn't really do that. And that's how I ended up losing most of my weight when I was injured because I didn't run. So I could like control my portions and I wasn't like ravishingly hungry. It sounds weird, but it works, okay? So just walk more. Yes, I think it's important to run and do like high intensity cardio. Do it like once or twice a week. Not every day because that's a little much, okay? And I also stretch every morning because I think it's really important to lengthen your muscles and it makes you be more in tune with your body. And finally, along the lines of movement. So again, train with intention, figure out what workouts you need to do like 3 to 4 times a week, and then walk. Maybe do cardio like once a week, like high intensity if you want. Rest. Okay, rest is part of the program. Your body grows when you rest. And a lot of you girls work out daily and that's why you don't look good. Okay, you're not getting anywhere. Your muscles need time to rebuild. And so for me, that's why I do Pilates on Tuesday and Thursday. So I have Wednesday to rest. And then I do weights on Saturday. And I have 2 days. I have Sunday and Monday to completely rest. I don't work out other than like a walk or a stretch. Because this is when my body's rebuilding. Like my glutes are being rebuilt as we speak because I give my body that rest. And that's why I'm very into working out only 3 to 4 days a week and not every day or 5-6 days a week. So I hope that was really helpful. I know it was a little all over the place, but I hope that you took some parts away from your mindset, right? No all or nothing mentality. You want consistency over motivation. You want to be very positive to yourself during this process because you might be able to get your dream summer body within 2-3 months after applying everything I said, because this is literally the cheat code. It took me like 1.5 years to learn this. Or it might take you 6 months, and that's okay too. Okay? It's okay if your body takes a little slower. And honestly, the slower you go trying to recomposition your body, the better it is. And I keep talking recomposition. I'm sorry I never actually really went into it. This means, again, you're increasing your muscle mass, you're decreasing your body fat. To do this, you really need to be focused on, again, eating healthy whole foods in a very, very small caloric deficit. I'm talking 100, 200 calories max. I'm not into counting calories. I'm just showing you it just is like taking away one snack. It's really easy. And we want to do it as slow as possible because if you start dropping weight too fast, you will lose all the muscle mass on your body. So just slow and steady, little changes, walk a little more. If you walk more, then you don't even have to change your diet really much. Unless you're like not eating 80-20. But if you're eating pretty healthy, just walk a little more and bam, you're in that small caloric deficit. As long as you're eating high protein and doing some sort of resistance training, which episode 132 talks about, you will make sure that you are maintaining muscle mass while decreasing your body fat. It's possible, and that's what makes you look toned and not like frail and sick or skinny fat or bulky. Okay, there's like a range of bodies that you can turn into. We want to look toned. We want to look good in a bikini. I get it. But you need to be smart about it. We can't be going around counting calories like obsessively or starving ourselves or skipping meals or not really working out or working out every single day because that's not how you're going to get the body you want. So, hope it was very helpful. And I hope that you are ready to get ready for summer. And remember, it starts today with every little decision you make. Like, go on a walk after this episode. It's an easy way to get in a little more movement. Next time you're eating, you want protein, fat, fiber, carbs. Count it on your fingers, okay? Start preparing a breakfast, like a good high protein breakfast in the mornings, okay? Not 1 egg. An egg is 6 grams of protein. I said 20. And remember that you're not chasing a look. You are becoming the best version of you. And it's really all about consistency. It's all about little changes, little habits, putting the strategy together. You're at a restaurant, protein, fat, fiber, carbs. Bam. You don't have time to work out? That's fine. I'll do a 20-minute walk. Bam. That's how it goes. And that's why it's part of a lifestyle. It's not like a crazy plan. Because if you have a plan and some days you don't stick to it, you get all upset. No, we are strategically figuring out what works best, and we're trying to, stay consistent. And if sometimes things go off the rails, that's okay. Brush yourself off, do the best you can that day, and keep going. And the quote of the week is, you don't have to be extreme, just consistent. I've been in extremes before. I did not get the body I wanted. So if you think getting to extremes will get you the body you wanted, learn from me, please. It will not. It will not be sustainable. You're not going to feel good. You want to feel strong. You want to feel energized. You don't want to feel like a shell. You want to be able to lift up your suitcase if you go on a vacation. So again, small changes. Keep your mindset in the right place. You got this. I have full faith in you. And I hope this episode was helpful. And I'll see you next week, my loves. Bye-bye.